Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters qualifier for Shenzhen, the North American qualifier stage 2. We are going to determine 2 of our participants today. We already saw Paul make it through the winner bracket like we expect him to do, but he still always does it. So impressive, and we are lucky enough to jump into game number 3 between viOLet and HuK. So from this point on, we will be able to bring you guys every single series, every single game. You won't miss anything anymore. And Nate, I think this is going to be a real good one. The score is 1-1, and our final game is played on Altazim Stronghold, a map that you either love or hate as a Protoss. There's really no in between.
Where do you stand on that?
I love it because I'm a cheesy little dirty Protoss.
All right. Well,
Because I'm a bad boy and I know it.
I hate it because I know there are Zergs that play this map as a Terran at least. Well, we'll have to see. It's all tied up as you mentioned, so the winner of this moves on. The loser goes home. It's Altazim Stronghold in our first player in the top right. In red is viOLet. Always feels weird to say in any color other than purple and then refer to the person as being viOLet.
And spawning as the viOLet Zerg on the right side of the map. On purple creep. It is viOLet. And that would confuse the hell out of nobody that ever watched StarCraft, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how HuK, of course, our blue Protoss representing EG and all the good things in life, posts a lot of food pictures lately on his Twitter. I think it's time that HuK gets an Instagram and starts using hashtags a little more, and he will be a true little hipster. I'm curious, Nate, how he's going to play this one out, because there are so many ways to play PvZ on Altazim, but the majority of them, like either you're super confident in your macro skills and you're not worried about 28 Mutalisk being morphed into the game on a certain moment or hatched, or you just cheese the hell out of a Zerg on 2 bases, because this is a large map. It's very easy to hide probes. Out of all the maps, this is probably the easiest one out there. There are also Stargate openings that can result into big cheese plays. Even like on the highest level in the GSL, we see that Zest busting out builds like that, opening up with a few Phoenixes, clearing out the Overlords, then flying a Warp Prism in and wiping 8 gates, or Zealots from 8 gates. It's all really sick, so we'll see.
Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff in this matchup for sure, and we've seen HuK, you know, bust out aggressive builds on all maps. We could go so far as to mention some of the players that have done the craziest of greedy builds. And viOLet on this map, he's not ashamed to open up 3 hatch before pool.
He shouldn't.
He's not ashamed of himself.
Why would he be ashamed of himself, Nate? Tell me.
I don't know, if he was so greedy, he's like, you know, I can't do this. I can't just open, you know, 3 hatcheries like this against someone.
I must say I'm a little bit surprised that he's not getting the first hatch on the low ground. I think, you know, I would have probably done that. Get spread.
It's funny to see who does that and who doesn't. Like, if you, like, I feel like it would be kind of silly to do if you weren't intending on going 3 hatches already. But
it's unfortunate for HuK that he doesn't scout viOLet first, because if he does, please don't send your probe to the left bottom side of the map, HuK. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, he sends it to the right top side of the map, which is very good news for HuK. There is still no extractor for viOLet. If I was HuK, Nate, you know what I would do? You know it.
you'd chrono the crap out of your gateways.
Yep.
Your warp gate.
And you know how many gates I drop?
7.
No, just 3.
Oh.
Just 4 gate him.
Oh, okay. The Hearthstone special.
Yep. The gym special. I would just 4-gate this, and I really think that if you execute it well, if you warp in 5-6 Stalkers first, then you kite the slow Zerglings, and after that you finish it up with 4 or 5 additional Zealots, you will win this game. HuK scouts it, he sees the hatchery, so he knows it's 3 hatch before pool, and 9 out of 10 times when it's 3 hatch before pool, it is actually, you know, like gasless as well, because why you want to go 3 hatch before pool if you still want to research speed? You're just like, as Letod would say, drizzling all over your own economy. However, that's not going to happen. HuK gets a Stargate. Could still be 2-base play, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, anything is possible.
And he hides the probe, so like it could definitely be like 1 gate Stargate into 6 more gates. I love that build. I think it's a great build, especially in this map because they skip the Roach Warren because they're greedy. HuK gets a Forge, so I think he's gonna macro.
Well, I mean, at the very least,
decision.
Yeah, once the Stargate finishes, though, if he gets a Phoenix, he can deny scouting. You prefer a Phoenix on this map to Oracle?
Yes, definitely. I always prefer Phoenix over Oracle. I don't know. I'm not like one of those lucky Protoss players that kills like 17 drones with my Oracle. I always kill 2 and then I lose it to the Queen and the Spore, and I'm like, why am I even making Oracles? This unit sucks.
Man, you knew. I guess they're probably a lot better in the PvT matchup, at least when I think about them.
It's different. They serve more purposes. Like, as fun as it is to like drop Revelation on a Roach Warren, it's not really Very useful.
It doesn't really do much for you.
I'm
That's
not
a beautiful roach horn you've got there.
Yeah. I see it's wiggling. It's not wiggling. Well, I guess you have roach speed. Great. Either way, this Overlord is going to fly into the main base as that one little Zealot did just run in and killed the drone and backed off. I mean, why not? Alright. 3 more gates. Okay. Maybe Phoenixes with +1. I can dig it.
Rev up those gateways, Roddy. He's still
where is that
making
probe?
probes.
Did the probe get picked off? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
By this guy?
So it would
This guy, this Predator. This is a Predator. It actually really ruins things for HuK. Because that probe, if it would have dropped the pilot, then he could have just started wiping in +1 Zealots. And life would have been very beautiful. And he would have been smiling at him. Pilot drops a bunch of spores relatively early. Sometimes Zerg players wait with them a little longer. Because, you know, even if it's like 1 Phoenix or 2 Phoenix, they're still going to kill. Now an Oracle as follow-up. I don't really understand that, unless he does really just want to use the Oracle. Okay, he just made a single Phoenix, 2 Phoenixes to kill Overlords. If this Overlord sees it, so HuK tournament life is on the line. He's gonna probably get like 2 more gates, maybe just 1 more.
He's taking the 3rd. You think you think he means to?
No, I don't believe it. I'm not buying it, Dave. I'm not buying it at all. Maybe I should. He has 46 probes. Such a weird. Like, why would you get an Oracle in this phase in the game? And only 2 Phoenixes and make an extra gate and make offensive pilot. I'm not. He might let it finish because he's protecting it, but he still wants to do damage with these 5 gates. Because if he doesn't, he's just gonna die to roaches. He's gonna die a horrible death. Really, does he not see this Overlord? He's so incredibly close to it. He gets another pilot and even closer.
He still hasn't even started a Roach Warren too, or a Hydralisk Den.
Yeah, he is getting +1 missile attacks. Okay, he's starting a Hydralisk Den now. The Hydras actually die against Phoenixes and man, if HuK would have 7-gated this, he would have just straight up won the game now. 22 Zerglings in production. Zerglings will die against +1 Zealots all day, every day though. I think that HuK could theoretically make this work, Nate. He has like a 30-second window where every single unit of Zerg is going to be very bad against every single unit of Protoss.
Yep, and these drones are already running away. He's trying to escape. Of course, that moves them outside of the range of that Spore Crawler. And these Zealots are just getting all over everything. The Time Warp as well, even trying to lend a hand. The Mothership Core going to town. That Oracle coming in, lending its DPS to this battle.
Few more Zealots being wiped in. Where are those Hydras at? 6 Hydras in production. I must say, viOLet is doing a phenomenal job in just like not dying yet. I'm actually really impressed that he's just not dead. Soon a lot of Hydras will hatch, but where do the sentries come from? I guess a couple of Zerglings picked off sentries. Oracles do get picked off. viOLet has lost drones, but not so many that he's dying, and he has also bought time for Static D to come out. Phoenix is gonna pick up 2 Hydras, and those Hydras will get picked off. Bad position here for the Zealots.
Yeah.
You know, if I was HuK, how many queens are left? 0 queens left. Okay, this is. I think this has been worth it for HuK.
Yeah, he's gotten a
Safe
lot of,
to say, right?
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of damage done. He's transitioning. He's got +2 attack, Blink, and a Robo facility on the way.
Well,
oh, these Zealots getting on top of Hydras.
Bam! 2 Zealots killing 3 Hydras. There's a HuK Zealot, son. Alright, 55 probes against 52 drones now. Of course, viOLet does get a 4th hatchery. He can drone up behind this. Immediately drops the infestation pit. We have seen viOLet do this over and over and over again. Whenever he feels that he's in a dark position, or in a dicey position, shout out to Calaris, he always drops the infestation pit immediately and he tries to get a couple of swarm hosts out.
Yeah, we've seen this time and time again from viOLet.
And
But does he have enough time and resources to do that?
You always have. Especially because HuK is worried about a Hydra Link counterattack and he's making a bunch of cannons, which is the wrong choice. Like if HuK goes very Sentry, Blink Stalker, Immortal Heavy, then obviously these Swarm hosts with Locust are going to be fantastic. viOLet is going to make Locust, I'm sure. Like if he doesn't...
Just waiting for that infestation pit to start a wiggling. Waiting for the wiggles, Roddy.
He's going to make Swarm hosts.
He's getting a Roach Horn.
I'll just keep looking at this infestation pit until he researches Enduring Locust, just so you guys know. I will refuse to do anything else.
There's a hive. I don't know, Kev.
I refuse. What are you gonna tell me? He's gonna make Hydra Ling. What?
Hydraling Viper? No, Roach Hydra Viper.
He does have a Roach one too, you're right. Well, I'll stop. I give up. That's actually really good news for HuK because I really enjoy watching HuK's PvZ, and I think he's been becoming so much better in this matchup. But I do think he struggles a tiny bit against Swarm host play in general. I've seen him take a lot of very stubborn fights as well, kind of like Noni. So I think this is better news for HuK because I think HuK is a lot more comfortable with Colossus, Stalkers, and High Templars and playing against Roach Hydra Viper than he is playing against Swarm host.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's also, I think about games HuK's played in these situations, or at least versus Swarm host. And hard not think about that King Stage Station game he played against Scarlet just a couple days ago. He's got a little bit of experience, but yeah, you don't generally see them. They don't go for the any of the crazy mega late game armies like a lot of European Protoss players do.
Yeah, I don't really mind it. I'm just not a fan of these very static, heavy Protoss armies. Earlier today, I saw Grubby play. I shouldn't talk about it. No spoilers, no WCS spoilers. Either way, these Zealots will be able to do some work over here on the right side of the map. HuK is in a really good position, Nate. I feel that this is the type of game where HuK is very good. I think his late game army control of Protoss is very strong. He's making stuff happen with Blink Stalkers. He played I casted a game with you, right? Between HuK and Scarlet on King Seong. That was just a phenomenal game. There are 16 roaches on the production depth, so viOLet is being close to maxed out. HuK needs more time. I don't think he should try to get Storm. He should just get some Archons and above all some High Templars for feedback. Oracle exposed middle line. Ching ching.
Yep. Picking off all the drones at this base. And he's got Colossi back home. Let's see what viOLet brings, though. This army, do you think it could break this Protoss force, Kev?
I mean, if the abducts are good enough, then yes. Where are those Vipers at? Vipers are coming. He's also bringing his Spine to leech more energy. Very smart over here by viOLet.
He brought the lunchbox.
Okay, this fourth base, if I was HuK, I would just let it die. Because you cannot lose a fight against this army. If you lose a fight once, you're dead. HuK has a lot of money as well. He needs to spend his money. He's getting +3. Charge is on the way as well. If he wipes in a few more Zealots, then this base is dead. I think that would be an okay decision. But here we go. This is a game-deciding push. Time Warp goes down, Guardian Shield being popped. It's all about the feedbacks, and HuK knows it. As long as the Colossus live, he will live. For one feedback lands.
Well, pulls in one Colossus, two Colossus, and they are doing the best they can, but they will both fall, and that is exactly what viOLet was looking for. He has a massive supply lead. Another Colossus is out on the high ground, and those Vipers actually kill off the first Spine Crawler, trying to get enough energy for another Abduct, but, you know, HuK is, he's not been broken economically yet. Some hallucinated Archons.
Yeah, these fake Archons did some real work. Look at this Colossus tripping out over here.
You okay there, buddy?
Stop! Yes, I know it was terrifying, and those Vipers did do bad things. You know, viOLet, his army was maxed out, but it's also because he made 21 Hydralisks during that fight. So it's truly now or never. We still have 3 Vipers. We have 2 Abducts available, maybe 3 soon. 5 High Templars being... Oh, there's no more Photon Overcharge. There are no more cannons. I'm afraid that this is not doable for HuK. He got real close, and if he would be able to land one more feedback, of course, good control by viOLet on those Vipers.
Yeah, this is tough, and now seeing
no
those
Photon
probes.
Overcharge, no Time Warp, no sentries.
viOLet knows where everything that HuK has is, and I mean, you gotta look at it, at least the splash damage is really good versus a mostly Hydra army, and he's getting in a lot of damage on this force, but now the Abducts come in, and it's good night, sweet prince.
It is. Both Colossus will fall immediately, and viOLet takes 100 supply lead. When a Protoss player warps in Zealots in this phase in the game, you know that you're in a very, very bad position, because no one would ever warp in Zealots against Roach Hydra. Very unfortunate. This was really a game where I felt that HuK could have made this work. I felt that a lot of things were going his way. I think he made a couple of cool moves, and in the end, the Abducts were in time, and Roach Hydra Viper, it can still work. We don't see it very often anymore, Nate, but it's still pretty devastating.
Yeah, it's still very good in the proper circumstances. These Zealots trying to get some parting blows to viOLet before our Zerg player overruns, and it finally happened, Roddy.
If I would have still been looking at it, I would have been very happy now.
Just imagine how much
the
of the
internet
game
would have been
missed.
exploded, and it would have been the last game that I ever had the right to observe. HuK's just going to chill on his 2 bases. Of course, China on the line, guaranteed prize money, and just happy times overall. China's awesome.
Yeah, this is just about curtains for HuK. He's gonna try to land the most amazing storms, potentially, or feedbacks the world has ever seen.
Storm is going to be hard without Storm.
I didn't even research it. Yeah, that's rough. Look at these probes, man.
These probes are going to kill this hatch.
I just feel like those probes no longer want any part in this game, you know? They're like, HuK, you might lose, but we're not with you anymore.
Vipers are terrifying units, aren't they?
Have you seen their face? They have so many teeth. Like, if you... Yeah, look at that thing, man. I'm surprised it doesn't have a melee attack.
Yeah, an air melee attack like Hippogriffs in Warcraft 3.
Sure.
You just don't get any of the Warcraft 3 references
No.
ever,
This
right?
is a hippogriff in Harry Potter. I got that's about as much as I got. that's it.
Sure, I've never watched Harry Potter, so now we're even, Nate.
Well played.
These probes will die. There is Storm on the way, by the way, for HuK. And HuK's actually killing some of these Hydras here. Like, why not? Barbecue! These drones. You know, what would you do if HuK wins this game? Would you get a tattoo that says HuK on your lower arm?
I don't think I would do something permanently scarring to myself over a StarCraft game, but maybe I'd get a watercolor tattoo.
Alright, on your forehead for 24 hours.
Sure, why not?
Alright.
I'd paint it on my head for my flight to Sweden tomorrow.
That sounds great. It's just like, so the entire world, you know, like LAX or Ontario Airport, wherever you go, and then every transfer, everyone will know that you love HuK. And there will be people out there who know who HuK is. And they'll be like, I love the Incredible Hulk too. No, not the Hulk, HuK. As HuK is moving forward, some
these
sick
storms are actually amazing.
Yep.
Those are actual amazing storms. I mean, for all the storms that get too much credit, those were great, but there's still too much Zerg here.
No storm ever gets too much credit, Nate, because pressing the T button isn't very impressive thing to do, but it's just all a little too late. Of course, the 2-base Protoss has no chance against a 5-base Zerg. It all came down to that one final fight, as HuK knows it as well. GG is called, and viOLet will move on to the next round, where I believe he is going to play against Illusion. I will double check that. Yes, he is going to play against Illusion, and that is going to be our next best of 3, Nate.
All right, I'm looking forward to that. Illusion has honestly impressed me. The fact that he's made it this far in the bracket. I really just want to know what he's going to bust out. I imagine we're going to see probably a game on Way Station, probably some Habitation Station. He loves to veto the maps that make everybody comfortable. Illusion will be that guy that asks for the steel cage deathmatch when it's time to fight.
Works for me. We are getting ready for a very small commercial break, and after that we'll be back with some sick ZVT action, and then the final round, Masa is waiting for the winner of viOLet versus Illusion. So there is still a chance that both of the CSN players, of course Polt and viOLet, both living in Georgia, Atlanta, are going to qualify out of the North American qualifier, but it's also possible that Illusion will make his return to China, as he was there for the WCS Grand Finals in 2012, or Masa, who hasn't really attended a whole lot of foreign events, so that would be one hell of a story. Either way, stay tuned and we'll figure it out. 2 series and we will know our final 2 players.